Have you ever wondered why certain people harbor quiet animosity toward you, even when you haven't given them any apparent reason to feel that way? It can feel inexplicable, as if, no matter how genuine your intentions or how kind your actions, a shadow of disdain lingers in the eyes of a few. The question of why some individuals develop a deep-seated aversion toward others is complex and interwoven with layers of human behavior, emotions, and perception. This silent form of hate is often not triggered by a singular event or behavior. Still, it is rooted in deeper psychological patterns, such as envy, misunderstood intentions, or differences in personal values. For those who strive to walk the path of Stoicism or engage in self-reflection and personal growth, understanding these subtle undercurrents of social dynamics is more than just a curiosity. It is an essential aspect of mastering one's peace and navigating interactions with wisdom. In this discourse, we will delve into 7 profound reasons why people may silently detest you despite your best efforts to foster positive relationships. Before we embark on this exploration, I am grateful for the unwavering support that fuels this dialogue on Stoic and philosophical insights. Your engagement, your comments, shared thoughts, and continued presence sustains the value of these discussions. If this is your first encounter with this channel, tap the like button and enable notifications to join our journey toward greater understanding and personal mastery. Are you ready to explore these truths and find a more profound sense of awareness in your social interactions? Let's step into this transformative examination together. 1. Envy and jealousy. One of the most profound and frequently encountered reasons why someone may harbor hidden animosity toward you lies in the powerful grip of envy and jealousy. These emotions are not superficial. They seep into the depths of human relationships, transforming what could have been admiration into aversion and respect into a seething resentment. A painful dissonance forms when a person observes traits in you, your professional success, personal achievements, or even the subtleties of your character, that they desperately desire yet feel are unattainable. This dissonance doesn't just simmer. It decays, evolving into a bitterness that subtly colors their perception of you. Envy and jealousy often emerge from a place of deep dissatisfaction within an individual's own life. Instead of finding inspiration in another's accomplishments or genuinely feeling joy for someone else's growth, those prone to these emotions perceive others' success as a glaring reminder of their shortcomings or perceived failures. What starts as a passing comparison can mature into a chronic feeling of inadequacy, sparking a desire for the downfall of the person they envy. To soothe this internal turmoil, they may engage in harmful actions, whether through gossip, subtle sabotage, or spreading falsehoods aimed at diminishing their worth in the eyes of others. The Stoics understood that such envy is a reflection not of the envied, but of the envious themselves. Marcus Aurelius reminded us of the importance of focusing solely on what is within our control. While it is natural to feel disturbed when others harbor unwarranted negativity, reminding oneself that another's envy or jealousy lies beyond our sphere of influence is crucial. Your journey, qualities, and achievements are not to be questioned or diluted because someone else cannot reconcile their inner conflicts. This realization serves as both a shield and a lesson. While you cannot eradicate the envy others feel, you can choose how you respond. Embrace the teachings of Stoicism by maintaining your composure and ensuring that these external judgments do not disrupt your inner peace. Understand that envy is rooted in the envious person's failure to channel their dissatisfaction into self-improvement. Let this awareness guide you to approach such situations with wisdom and maintain a steady path toward your growth, undeterred by the unresolvable emotions of others. 2. Misunderstandings and ineffective communication. A significant yet often underestimated reason others may develop silent hostility toward you is rooted in misunderstandings and ineffective communication. These can seem trivial at first, minor blips in the sea of daily interactions, yet they carry the potential to morph into deep-seated resentment over time. At the heart of these misunderstandings lies the gap between intention and perception, what you mean versus how your words or actions are interpreted. A poorly chosen word, unintended tone, or ambiguous expression can spark a ripple effect, creating a narrative you never intended to convey. The problem with communication breakdowns is that they plant seeds of doubt and foster assumptions. When these assumptions go unchallenged, they grow into beliefs that can color someone's perception of you, making you appear indifferent, disrespectful, or antagonistic. Ineffective communication plays an equally damaging role. When people fail to express their true thoughts clearly or neglect to listen with the intent to understand, they create a breeding ground for misinterpretations. This lack of clarity leads to confusion, where perceived slights or misunderstandings evolve into barriers that obstruct empathy and trust. A minor misunderstanding, left unchecked, can gradually evolve into a larger narrative within someone's mind, framing interactions in a negative light. Over time, what once was a simple misinterpretation can become the foundation for ongoing resentment. The ancient Stoics, who valued rational thought and clear expression, understood the profound importance of honest communication. They believed misunderstandings could be mitigated by practicing open dialogue and seeking clarity. The wisdom of this teaching is apparent. When faced with ambiguity, pause and seek understanding. When you feel that your words have been misread, take the step to explain with patience and precision. Approaching these situations with the principles of Stoicism means remaining composed and focusing on what you can control: your clarity, empathy, and patience. Recognizing that misunderstandings are often unintentional and rooted in our universal human flaws can guide you toward a more understanding and less reactionary approach. Seek opportunities to bridge the gap by actively listening or clarifying your intentions. Remember, nurturing open and honest communication can dispel resentment and build a foundation of respect, allowing you to navigate complex social dynamics with wisdom and resilience. 3. Differences in fundamental values and beliefs. We exist in a world marked by a mosaic of values and beliefs, each individual's worldview uniquely sculpted by their upbringing, experiences, and personal reflections. These deeply held values often dictate how we perceive the world, make choices, and interact with others. However, when these foundational beliefs clash with those of another, it can ignite a subtle yet powerful tension. What starts as a simple disagreement can escalate into quiet resentment or even outright hostility, especially when one party views their perspective as the sole beacon of truth. Differences in values can range from perspectives on ethics and work to views on religion, politics, and lifestyle choices. When someone holds their beliefs as inviolable and superior, anyone deviates from these views is seen as a challenge or, worse, a threat. This mindset often fosters a us versus them mentality that pits one set of beliefs against another, transforming mere differences into battles over identity and personal worth. The discomfort rooted in these clashes is not just intellectual. It strikes at the core of who a person believes they are. When deeply entrenched values are perceived as being questioned or invalidated, it triggers defensiveness and the potential for deep-seated animosity. For those who walk the path of Stoicism, understanding these conflicts means acknowledging the origins of such discord. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers taught that our personal beliefs merely reflect our interpretations, shaped by our unique lives. Recognizing this principle helps us see that differing views are not attacks but expressions of varied life experiences. This understanding encourages a broader, more empathetic view of human interactions. The actual test is not in avoiding differences, but how we respond to them. Stoic practice advocates maintaining composure and striving for open dialogue, even when facing those who may not share our worldview. This approach is essential for cultivating tolerance and for seeing the humanity in others despite disagreements. Rather than seeking to prove the superiority of our own beliefs, Engaging with curiosity and respect can dissolve the barriers that fuel resentment. Accepting that not everyone will align with our values is a decisive step toward peaceful coexistence. It is not an acceptance of passivity, but rather an embrace of wisdom, recognizing that harmony comes not from uniformity but from understanding and the conscious decision to rise above divisive tendencies. By fostering patience and respect, we create space for deeper connections and transform conflict into an opportunity for mutual growth. 4. The influence of rumors and gossip. In the intricate web of human interactions, few things can be as damaging and insidious as the spread of rumors and gossip. These whispered half-truths and outright falsehoods can shape perceptions and twist reality, often leaving an indelible mark on how others view one. The allure of gossip is rooted in its forbidden nature. It thrives on intrigue, stirring emotions, and satisfying the human appetite for drama. Yet, the consequences of these unfounded stories reach far beyond fleeting curiosity. They can foster resentment and spark unjustified feelings of hatred. The constraints of truth do not bind rumors. They are fueled by speculation and often carried by those seeking to create drama or satisfy their agendas. This makes them particularly dangerous as they gain momentum and evolve with each telling, frequently transforming into a distorted version with little connection to the original event or person. For those targeted, this false narrative can be suffocating, creating an environment where they are judged not by their actions but by the shadows of misleading words. The sting of being misrepresented or defamed can lead to isolation, strained relationships, and unwarranted hostility from those who believe the fabrications. Stoicism teaches that external judgments and opinions, especially those grounded in falsehoods, are beyond our control. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of maintaining our character and integrity regardless of what others say or think. The resilience of the Stoic lies in focusing on one's inner self, embodying truth, and remaining unswayed by the noise of unfounded criticism. When faced with the slander of rumors, a Stoic's response is not reactive anger but calm persistence in the face of adversity. Countering the effects of gossip is not about engaging in a battle of words, but about steadfastly upholding your principles and actions. Transparency and honesty in your behavior serve as your most potent defense against falsehoods. With time, the truth has a way of resurfacing and outlasting the fleeting nature of lies. Those who practice integrity will find that, while rumors may temporarily darken their reputation, their unwavering authenticity will ultimately prevail. Understanding the power of rumors is also a reminder to guard one's words and actions. Participating in the spread of gossip only perpetuates a cycle that breeds distrust and negativity. By choosing not to engage in or fuel such behavior, we align ourselves with a higher standard of conduct that reflects wisdom, kindness, and a dedication to truth. In doing so, we protect ourselves and contribute to a culture where integrity and understanding are valued over idle talk. 5. Personal insecurities and projection. A powerful yet often overlooked reason behind the quiet hate that some people harbor stems from personal insecurities and the act of projection. Insecurity is an emotion that lurks deep within the mind, rooted in past failures, perceived shortcomings, or social comparisons. When left unaddressed, these insecurities can manifest as envy or resentment toward those who appear confident, booming, or unburdened by the same doubts. Instead of acknowledging these feelings as internal struggles, some individuals unconsciously project their dissatisfaction onto others, making you the target of their unresolved issues. Projection acts as a psychological defense mechanism, shielding individuals from facing their vulnerabilities by attributing them to someone else. For example, someone who feels inadequate in their professional life might view a colleague's success as an insult, stirring an emotional response that mutates admiration into envy and resentment. This transformation happens subtly but powerfully, as the qualities or accomplishments of another become a constant reminder of the observer's own perceived failures. The result is often a bitter internal narrative that fuels quiet animosity despite any actual transgression on your part. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of human behavior, recognize the importance of self-awareness and the discipline required to confront one's weaknesses. Seneca emphasized that much of what disturbs us comes not from external events, but from our interpretations and stories. To navigate such dynamics effectively, Stoicism teaches us not to internalize the resentment of others. The negative emotions projected onto you are reflections of their struggles, not a testament to your worth or actions. Maintaining this perspective requires resilience and empathy. When faced with the silent judgments born from someone else's insecurities, remind yourself that it is their inner battle, not yours. Do not let their emotional projections destabilize your peace or sense of self. Instead, use these moments to practice compassion, not by accepting undue blame, but by understanding that their hostility is a symptom of their suffering. This approach helps you maintain a balanced, non-reactive stance that aligns with Stoic wisdom. Moreover, recognizing the mechanism of projection can guide you in your growth. Observing how insecurity can twist perception and damage relationships reminds you to examine your thoughts and ensure that you avoid falling into the same pattern. Strive to confront your insecurities directly, transform envy into inspiration, and redirect any negative energy towards self-improvement. In doing so, you foster personal strength and the capacity to approach others with genuine understanding and kindness, regardless of the challenges they project outward. 6. Lack of empathy and understanding. One of the most pervasive and often unnoticed roots of silent resentment is the absence of empathy and understanding. Empathy would guide human interaction in an ideal world, fostering deep and genuine connections. However, the reality is that many harbor an inability to step beyond their own experiences, failing to grasp the emotions and perspectives of others. This lack of empathy creates a chasm between people, fueling misunderstandings and fostering unwarranted hostility. When someone is unable or unwilling to place themselves in another's shoes, they are more likely to misinterpret intentions and actions, viewing them through a lens clouded by their biases and limitations. The inability to empathize leads to distorted judgments. A neutral or positive gesture can be perceived as offensive or disrespectful when filtered through a mind that cannot see beyond itself. This failure to understand creates narratives where none should exist, turning minor differences into significant offenses. Prejudices snap judgments, and an unyielding refusal to consider context exacerbate this problem, making resentment grow where understanding could have taken root. Stoicism places great emphasis on the importance of seeing beyond the surface. To the Stoics, cultivating empathy was a virtue and a practical tool for navigating complex social landscapes. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself and us that the thoughts and actions of others are shaped by the world they know. To remain balanced in a world where empathy is lacking, a Stoic strives to rise above these limitations, practicing patience and maintaining composure when confronted with baseless resentment. For those on a path of self-improvement, you understand that someone's inability to reflect on their actions more than once than their actions is critical. The judgments of those who lack empathy should not weigh down your spirit or alter your sense of self. Instead, recognize these situations as opportunities to practice Stoic indifference, acknowledging that you can control your response while you cannot change how others perceive you. This response should be one of calm acceptance and, where possible, an effort to build bridges of understanding without compromising your inner peace. Empathy is also a reminder of what you can embody in your life. By nurturing an ability to listen actively and understand others without immediate judgment, you break the cycle of misinterpretation that often leads to resentment. This practice enriches your interactions and sets a standard for those around you. In a world where empathy is scarce, being the one to foster it is a quiet form of leadership, aligning with the Stoic ideal of being a beacon of reason and kindness in an often irrational and fragmented society. 7. Competition or rivalry. In personal and professional life, competition and rivalry are almost unavoidable. While a healthy dose of competition can catalyze growth and motivation, there is a tipping point where it transforms into something far more insidious: resentment and even hatred. When rivalry becomes an obsession, it ceases to be about self-improvement and shifts into a relentless desire to overshadow or undermine the perceived opponent. This change often arises not from a rational place, but from a more profound emotional response fueled by insecurity, jealousy, or past grievances that have taken root over time. At its core, rivalry stems from a comparison, a measure of one's achievements, talents, or recognition against another's. When a person feels persistently overshadowed or believes that someone else's success diminishes their own, this perception breeds negative emotions. Instead of seeing the accomplishments of others as inspiration, it becomes a reminder of their perceived inadequacies or failures. The bitterness that grows from this mindset can lead to behaviors aimed not at self-improvement, but at minimizing the success of others through defamation, manipulation, or personal attacks. Marcus Aurelius, known for his profound reflections, observed that envy and rivalry erode one's character, urging a focus on individual progress rather than others' successes. Stoicism teaches that true fulfillment comes not from surpassing others, but from surpassing one's past self. This philosophy pushes against the idea that life is a zero-sum game, reminding us that another person's victories do not equate to our losses. Embracing this perspective allows one to approach competition with a healthier mindset, turning rivalry into a tool for self-refinement rather than a source of bitterness. When faced with the hatred that arises from rivalry, it is essential to recognize it for what it is, a reflection of another's internal struggles rather than your worth. The Stoic response to rivalry and competition is one of composure and resilience. Rather than battling to defend oneself against unjustified resentment, the Stoic seeks to cultivate their virtues, focusing on their actions and choices. By acknowledging that the space for success is vast and not limited, you can dissolve the urgency to compete destructively and foster an environment where all can thrive. Finally, reframing competition as collaboration is a powerful antidote to resentment. Encouraging mutual growth and celebrating the achievements of others shifts the narrative from rivalry to shared success. This shift aligns with the Stoic principles of wisdom and virtue and contributes to a life where personal and collective progress is interwoven. In a world where rivalry can too quickly turn toxic, choosing to see beyond it, to embrace the idea that there is space enough for everyone to excel, is both a testament to strength and a path to true peace. Conclusion. As we reflect on why people may silently harbor negative feelings toward others, it becomes clear that these emotions often originate not from external actions, but from the inner complexities of the human experience. Envy, misunderstandings, differences in values, rumors, insecurities, lack of empathy, and rivalry are potent forces that can shape relationships and perceptions. However, understanding these dynamics through the lens of Stoic philosophy can transform how we respond to them. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and reactions, we become better equipped to navigate these challenges with clarity and resilience. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and other Stoic philosophers remind us that while we cannot change the minds or actions of others, we can guard our peace and integrity. The path of personal growth is not paved by bending to the opinions or judgments of others, but by fostering a robust inner world guided by wisdom, compassion, and steadfastness. Let these insights guide you to approach life's complexities calmly, allowing you to stay true to yourself regardless of the storms around you. As you continue your journey toward deeper self-awareness and mastery, Remember that you are not alone in seeking a life of purpose and strength. Our discussions here are meant to support and inspire, shedding light on the ancient wisdom that can still shape modern life. If this exploration of Stoic thought and self-development has resonated with you, I invite you to join our community. Subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any of our future deep dives into philosophy and practical insights. Let's apply the teachings that have stood the test of time to enrich our daily lives. Stay steadfast, stay thoughtful, and continue growing.